Did you know that the skills of a seasoned police officer can just be as effective in the courtroom as they are on the streets? Join us as we welcome David Kolmeier, a retired cop who now orchestrates a network of lawyers to bring justice and clarity to complex legal battles. Tune in to see how David's unique blend of law and legal acumen is transforming the way we think about legal advocacy. Today, we are going to explore how Medicare eligibility can be extended to spouses, a topic that often brings up many questions and requires clear explanation. Whether you're nearing retirement age or are planning ahead, understanding how you and your spouse can both benefit from Medicare is crucial. We'll cover eligibility requirements, the implications of shared work history, and how couples can navigate their health coverage as they age. Well, let's dive into the specifics of how Medicare works for spouses and ensure you have the information you need to make informed decisions. We will explore the crucial role of mental well-being plays in our lives, discuss common challenges, and share effective strategies for maintaining mental health. Whether you're looking to improve your own mental wellness or support others, I have a short video that will offer insights and tips to help you understand the importance of mental health in achieving a balanced, fulfilling life. Well, let's get started and discover why taking care of our minds is just as important as taking care of our bodies. Well, for my Medicare Q&A, I will cover questions related to our Medicare topic on Medicare extended to your spouse. So, no matter what state you are from or what work you've done, you must transition to Medicare at a certain point in your life. Maria Cares has a mission to bring Medicare information right to your home. I'm your host, Maria Garcia, a licensed sales agent, always available to assist you with your Medicare and other senior concerns. We are broadcasting in the entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas, a place you would like to be in, especially when you retire. Come on, let's join hands for better health.
Are you passionate about making a difference in lives of seniors? Join our team and be part of something meaningful. We specialize in providing health insurance to seniors and individuals on disabilities. Our mission is to improve lives and ensure access to quality healthcare needs. When you join our team, you open the door to endless opportunities for personal and professional growth, with a possibility of making six-figure income annually. We believe in investing in our employees and helping them reach their full potential. At our organization, we foster a supportive work environment and a collaborative culture. We believe in teamwork and value the contributions of every individual and give all the support necessary for you to achieve your goal. Ready to start your journey with us? Contact Maria Garcia at 310-926-4229 to learn more about the exciting opportunities waiting for you. Your age is not an issue, your compassion is what counts. Call or text Maria Garcia at 310-926-4229 for current job openings and take the first step towards joining our team. Remember, possibilities are endless when you join our team.
Mr. David Kolmeier, the dynamic and inspiring Director of Client Relations for the Las Vegas Legal Network, has dedicated his life to serving his community. With 17 dedicated years of service in the Henderson Police Department and the New York Police Department, David's law enforcement career is a testament to his commitment to justice and his resolve to make a difference. His passion for ensuring the safety and well-being of his community led him to specialize in various community-oriented programs during his policing career. His experience includes implementing and teaching the Dare and Dreams program aimed at educating young minds about the dangers of drugs and teaching them about self-esteem and resilience. His tireless efforts in patrolling the streets, engaging with the community, and working closely with homeless camps reflect his deep-rooted commitment to addressing social issues head-on. Further, David specialized in working with homeowners association, helping them implement measures to prevent crime and enhance the quality of life in their communities. He partnered with these associations to create safer, more secure living spaces that provided residents with peace of mind and fostered a stronger sense of community. Since retiring from law enforcement 7 years ago, David has not wavered in his commitment to community service. Well, instead, he pivoted his passion to the legal realm, founding the Las Vegas Legal Network. Here, he serves as the crucial liaison, pairing individuals in need with the right attorney. Of course, guiding them through ensuring that they receive the required assistance. Well, in addition to this, David hosts a popular podcast and television show, The Problem Solver. He is, truly. Hi, David. Welcome to Maria Cares. You have a long introduction.
Thank you, Maria, so much.
You're welcome.
I'm flattered by the introduction and the information
It's
that
a
you
pleasure.
supplied. It makes me feel good to know that I've done a lot. Every
Of
night.
course, you did. That's why I invited you.
Thank you so much. But every night when I go to sleep, I want to make sure that I feel good that I've actually helped people during the day.
Of course,
so I feel better
amen.
about myself and contributing to society and making this place a better place to live. But thank you so much for having me here.
Oh yeah, both of us have that advocacy.
Yes.
Okay, let's shoot the first question about your background and transition. Of course, I keep on repeating you were a retired police officer and you served in Henderson and New York. So David, can you share what inspired you to transition from law enforcement to working with network of lawyers focused on helping seniors as well?
What's very interesting is I grew up in New York City. I've been in Las Vegas for the past 21 years. But when you grow up in New York City and you become a police officer in New York City, the biggest thing is what they talk about is solving the problems within the community. So being a police officer of an NYPD officer, which I served in the 5 boroughs of New York City, is that the goal is to really not always arrest people, but to actually communicate with people.
True.
And find out what the problem is, and then basically from there, try to solve the problem,
True.
right? So it's not always about arresting people in general. When I came out from New York City to Las Vegas, because it's instilled within me of how to be a New Yorker and also how to solve problems, when I was in the city of Henderson as a police officer, I was doing the same type of problem solving.
Yeah.
And when I had to arrest people, I would arrest people. If there was a car accident, I would help people and render aid. But one of the jokes was some of the other officers that were there would say, what is Dave Kolmeier doing? He's there for a long time. And they would say, oh, he's solving everyone's problems. So it became a little bit of a joke that I'm spending a little bit more extra time with people. But to me, that's the way of resolving problems and not going back out to the same location again and again and again.
True.
But some police officers have a little bit of different mindset. We're like, look, there's no crime here. We're done here and move on to the next, what they call for service. But I wanted to spend a few extra minutes with people to resolve their problems. I felt good about it. And also I felt that in the future, other officers would not have to go back to that same location again and again and again if I solved the problem. So I started becoming known as the problem solver.
Oh yeah, so that's why, and then you came up with the TV show called The Problem Solver.
Correct. So basically what it comes down to is when I was retiring from policing, I decided that I still want to be involved in helping people and doing good work and helping people and helping the community. So my thought process was that maybe I would work in a law office where basically I would meet with people that have gotten into problems. And in the beginning, it was a criminal defense law firm where basically people got arrested. So it was very common, right, that I arrested people, and here people were coming in now to a law office where they needed an attorney. But normally they would meet someone like myself, which was known as a case manager or an intake specialist, where you basically would sit down with somebody and say, hey, Maria, what happened to you? And they would say, you know, I got in a fight with my wife and she threw something at me and then I got cut, but this happened here and the police came and I got arrested and I don't know what to do because now I have a court date in the future. So a lot of people just don't know the process of the justice system.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
So I wanted to educate them, and I also want to calm people down and make them relax a little bit, because when you get arrested, it takes a lot out of you and you feel like your life is over. And I kind of reassured people, like, look, this is just something that's taken place. You're going to be able to get out of this situation by having good representation. They'll be able to be your advocate in the courtroom in order to resolve the issue so you can get back to normal living. But what the lawyers don't normally do is they handle the stuff in the courtroom, right?
Yeah.
But they don't really deal with the other problem, right? Like maybe you need a divorce, maybe you need to separate, maybe you need to basically just have some space, maybe you need counseling, right? So I was providing the other, resources to help them with their problem so that they wouldn't get arrested again. So I was actually doing more prevention, or for the future, by helping them resolve their problem. But the attorney would go to court and fight for them to get justice, because a lot of times people do get arrested where there's certain laws where you have to get arrested in order to prevent someone from hurting another person, where it's called like a cool-off period. So the case could get dismissed or reduced, but the goal is to stop somebody from further escalation, possibly even a murder. You can prevent a murder by arresting one person to get them away for a good 24 hours until people calm down. So there's certain laws that are mandatory arrest for people. So anyone that's listening, even a senior or anybody, if me and you together right now, and I had this bottle of water, and I'm upset with you for whatever reason, you cooked the steak a little too long, and I decide to take the water and I throw the water at your face with the intent to hurt you, even with water, that's considered a domestic battery. It's a misdemeanor. And if I showed up as a police officer and I asked you what happened, and I said, oh, I threw the water at you because I'm upset about the steak being, cooked, overly cooked, well done, and I did it on purpose, I could be arrested for domestic battery. Just a simple water, or even I wanted to spit at you. So a lot of people don't know that. They would not think that they're going to get arrested for spilling water at you.
Water, yeah.
So the laws have changed over the years, but the goal is to prevent people from being arrested to if they have problems or they need counseling or they need therapy. So my goal was to transition from law enforcement to start working in law offices where I would meet people that have problems and to guide them through the process while having a lawyer at the same time represent them for their court case. And that's how it began, when I started working in the law firm, and I realized, wow, I can help people actually in a law office, not be in a police uniform any longer because I retired, and still basically make a difference in people's lives.
That's good, because you don't just be just like you said, the cops, they will just arrest you. What's behind this action? So you try to analyze everything. That's why you were labeled as the problem solver. That's right. Now I know.
And also the other thing is that if I have a drug problem and I get arrested, just because you go to jail and you come back out, it doesn't mean that the problem's solved, right?
Yeah.
I still have a drug problem. It doesn't change overnight. So that's why, I really enjoy going above and beyond to help people. And I feel a lot of times I'm hoping my words of encouragement or words of wisdom will help them change their lives so that they can live a better life in general with their loved one or their kids. And I've been in thousands of homes, helping people and seeing how different people live. And I really do feel it's God's work, basically, of being in a home. It's not an easy job, being a police officer. So I'm glad to continue what I would call like my police and community efforts, working in a law firm and transitioning from police officer to now being more of a legal and problem solver advocate for people.
That's good. Yeah, that's interesting. Bless your heart.
Thank you.
So what are the most common legal challenges you see among seniors, and how do you bridge the gap between these challenges and find appropriate legal solutions?
One of the biggest, so I actually worked in Sun City Anthem in Henderson.
Oh yeah, there's a senior community
where
there.
Major community, senior community with a lot of the different villages.
Yes.
And actually on July 10th, I'm going up to Sun City Anthem, where I started the Neighborhood Watch, which was, it's one of the largest neighborhood watch programs in the state of Nevada. But I did have a lot of neighborhood watch meetings, and what I was doing is educating the public about whether it's crime prevention or scams or different things taking place, or how to interact with the police, how to basically, if you have a problem, how to solve it. So I literally was going from different, community, they call them villages kind of up there, and I was doing the neighborhood watch program. I was educating people about the programs. I was educating them about Crime Stoppers and how to basically, communicate with the police officers, what numbers to call, how to call, and so on, and then how to prevent a burglary from taking place in your home. So I basically would talk about various topics and a lot of questions and answers, which I thought was the great part, because people that would ask their question, they get to hear from an officer their perspective, and I was very open and honest. I would give very, very creative strategies, which I feel I'm a little bit different, because I'm going to give different strategies than probably most people would, especially being a New Yorker, being trained and going through a lot of training. So the biggest thing for seniors, I've noticed, and you're going to be really surprised, there are a lot of scams that are taking place for seniors.
Oh, yeah.
Seniors are actually being targeted with different mailers that's saying that they've won something. There's a sweepstakes. You've won a car. You've won $1 million. You're going to Hawaii. And what they do is they look at the age group between, let's just say, the age of 70 to 95, and they're sending all these pieces of mail. And I've been into someone's home, and they had a stack. And I went through each piece, and it was like they won something, sweepstakes, money, and they would say...
And they fall for it?
So they're sending in money, people are calling them, they're being targeted because they're also with seniors, right? So a lot of times people don't have all the finances in place when you are a senior. Things happen to people, right? They don't have the money. So when they get this in the mail saying they won money, they call. And they say, can I just have your credit card? Can I just have your debit card? Can I just get the last 4 of your social security number? Can I get you to go to the 7-Eleven and go buy a card, right? And then basically transfer money, because you have to pay the taxes of the car you just won. Wow. So there are major problems because they are being targeted, and there's not enough advocacy, and there's not enough people that are educating the seniors about these scams. And if it seems to be too good to be true, then it is. But then who do they call? How do they verify if it's valid? Can I call the police for that? And technically, they could call a community policing officer. They can go into a police station. They could ask to validate it. And even a neighbor in my own community came to me the other day and said, David, can I borrow $250? I said, why? They said, you won't believe it. I want a Mercedes, but I actually have to pay the transportation fee. They're going to drop the Mercedes off. And I said, listen, please give me the number, and I'm going to call them to verify. I called them up. I said, I'm Dave Kolmeier. I'm a retired police officer. Can you tell me what this woman won and so on? And they disconnected the phone. I said, please, do not call anybody. You did not win anything. Come to me before you transfer any money, before you do anything whatsoever. So a lot of times, right, we have hope, and we want to believe that we're lucky, that we won the lottery, we won the sweepstakes, we won something. But these scams are off the hook. And I urge everyone out there that don't call these numbers. The people are strangers. Don't give your credit card. Don't give your debit card, because it's very easy. I could probably call several of the seniors that are listening right now. I can call them up right now and say, hello, my name is John Doe. I'm calling from the investments company. You just won a brand new car. All I need is the $650 to drop it off. I just need your credit card. Can you just grab that real quick? We can be there tomorrow at 10 a.m. And I'm sure out of 10 people that are listeners right now, maybe one would fall for it, because it is a numbers game, right? The criminals are basically it's a numbers game. If I call 100 people, 2 people are going to give me their credit card. But people are strangers. When someone calls you, they could be calling you from China, Africa. They can call you from London. You don't know, especially with technology, they can be all over the world. They could be on a boat with a satellite, right? So we have to be very, very careful and not fall for these scams. And if you feel something is really good and it's a real deal, go to the nearby police station, walk into the officer and say, officer, can you look at this real quickly and tell me if it's a real deal or something like that? And then so we need to be very careful of scams to seniors, which is the number one thing.
Seniors, listen to him.
Yes.
Be careful. So how about let's talk about the scope of legal services. So you work with lawyers across various fields like accidents, criminal defense, family law, and all that stuff, including immigration. So can you explain how you match seniors with the right kind of legal expertise based on their specific situation?
Absolutely. So what I want to do is I'm gonna start mentioning the phone numbers a few times while we do this, because so people could write it down and so on. I'm not sure if eventually we could have it up on the screen. There's 2 phone numbers that I like to give out in general. So when people call the police, the number is 911, right? 911 is for an emergency situation. Now, there's a number which is 311, which is the non-emergency number, and a lot of people don't know where that goes.
Oh.
311 in America basically goes to law enforcement, goes to the same place that 911 will answer the dispatch
I see.
in Las Vegas or Henderson or North Las Vegas. There's different dispatch depending upon what police agency, what area. So what happens is 911, 311. Now, they both go to the same place. People think it goes to different places. But 911, they pick up quickly because it's an emergency. And the non-emergency, sad to say, because there's not enough police officers, and dispatch, sometimes it can take 20 minutes, 30 minutes, it could be 5 minutes. It takes longer because it's not an emergency, but you may have to hold on. The number for the problem solver myself, which I put it out there to anybody that wants to call, is actually 702 number, but it's 999-1111.
Oh,
So
yeah,
just like
easy
you call
to remember.
911 for the police,
Oh, yeah, true.
I've set up, I was very fortunate with the number, the 999-1111, 702-999-1111. Very easy to remember, like the police, it's the problem solver. And I literally will answer
And
the
that's
phone.
your number?
That's my number, it goes to me. And then if it doesn't, if I don't pick up, then it goes to some other retired police officers that work with me. And we try to basically, will answer some quick questions or give some advice or refer them to different resources. So if anybody has a problem whatsoever, it's a free service that I provide. It's me
that's
giving
good.
back to the community as the problem solver. And again, we have a podcast, a TV show, and a weekly podcast where we bring on people that talk about different problems or different things that are going on in the community. And then if someone really needs a lawyer, we have the Las Vegas Legal Network, which I'm the director of client relations and the founder of it. The number actually is, and I'm not sure if you know, a lot of people that may be a little bit older as well, it's a vanity phone number, which is a nationwide number. It's 1-844-LAWYERS.
Oh.
Just like 1-800-LAWYERS, but actually 1-844-LAWYERS. And we could spell the number out and basically put that in the phone. And then it comes to the legal network, and then they'll say, hey, how can I help you? Now, we try to refer people, some services, some lawyers, some organizations that are run by the legal community are free services, like Nevada Legal Services or the Nevada Legal Aid. There's different places that basically offer free services, but a lot of people don't know. So if it's about evictions and landlord-tenant issues, Nevada Legal Services handles that aspect for free.
Wow, that's good.
Certain things like family law, there's a self-help desk at the family court where you can basically just go and get some help and it's free. There's some websites that you go to that are free as well. There's also United Way, which is the number 211, which is another resource phone number that you can call to ask for resources depending upon what your problem is. So if someone was any type of legal issue, immigration, the person has no money, there's different nonprofits that help with immigration issues. So we try to refer people to the different places, but if someone needs a lawyer in regards to, let's say, domestic battery or a DUI, which happens to be, sad to say, common in Las Vegas, that we would connect you to an attorney where we also have a network of about 25 different attorneys locally where we will refer and we ask them to give, whether it's discounted, sometimes it could be what they call pro bono, which means free.
Yeah, free.
And then some are a contingency where basically if they win the case, then basically the attorney will get paid. So every case is different, and it also could be a hybrid. It could be pay a little bit of money and contingency if they win. So I try to explain what lawyers, how they charge, how the process works. Some are free, some cost money, and we explain that. And of course, sometimes you don't need a lawyer. A lot of people don't even know, but Clark County Justice Center has free mediation. So if me and Maria here have a problem, if you agree to go to mediation, we can go for free for mediation. If we have a neighbor dispute, me and you, we have dogs barking, right? Me and you can go to mediation for free as long as we agree to it, but nobody knows about it, right? So if you call the problem solver, the 999-1111, or if you call the 1-844-LAWYERS number, basically we would say, hey, tell us your problem, tell us your legal concern, and we'll refer you to different people. It's not always about making money with the lawyers. A lot of lawyers want to give back and help out. And any senior that's out there, God forbid they get a traffic ticket, we have one attorney, his name is Joel Beck, who's a great attorney, and he deals with traffic tickets, and the laws have changed recently. They've decriminalized traffic tickets, and Joel Beck is basically helping with free representation for tickets on the most part, depending upon like what city, what area, and what type of ticket it is. If it's reckless driving or something else, but if it's a seatbelt ticket or medical issues, he is helping for free, or basically free representation to go to court to handle it. Sometimes there are fees, depends upon the situation, but the other day I actually had a senior that had a medical condition and they had the seatbelt on, and the officer stopped them and gave him a ticket for the seatbelt not being placed properly on them. Basically, they lowered it it was a female and they lowered it on their midsection instead of being like on the top section, and the officer decided to give a ticket because it was improperly the seatbelt, worn. Because of the medical situation, Joel Beck, the attorney that's in the network, will basically ask for maybe a doctor's note and then go to the court and basically explain the situation, that there was a medical issue, and ask for the case to be dismissed or reduced. And a lot of times the attorney has a very good rapport with the different judges. When you explain the situation, the truth of the matter is the judge, who's an attorney, is going to respect another attorney that's showing up to represent you as a regular civilian. So you always want to have representation as an attorney when you go to court. And we always say this thing that it's very, very interesting saying. If the government has an attorney against you, then you should have an attorney against the government. Because you never know, because someone who gets a simple ticket, it could be a fine of money, which could be expensive to seniors, or it could be jail time, depending upon what the allegation is, right? What the allegation of even a simple traffic violation or offense, you could do up to 6 months in jail and or $1,000 fine. So you really do need representation, whether it's pro bono or whether it costs a little bit of money. You want to make sure you have the right representation with dealing with any of these different issues. And that's where we guide people through the Las Vegas Legal Network, is to get people to attorneys and to help them depending upon their financial situation. We try to make things work with them.
That's good. Also, so what criteria do you use to select lawyers for your networks to ensure that they are well suited to assist seniors?
It's very interesting. So of course I'm trying to find the best attorneys that can help people. And every attorney, I really want to know who they are, because I want to be able to text them. I want to be able to email them. And I want to I want to have a relationship with them, because if Maria's saying, hey, the lawyer's not calling me back, or they're complaining, they're not getting the proper treatment, a lot of times they get nervous about dealing with the lawyer. They don't want the lawyer to drop the case. They don't want to have problems with lawyers. So what I'll normally do is, like, I will give a heads up to the attorneys and say, look, Maria feels that she hasn't had any communication. Can you do me a huge favor? Can you just give her a call and just reassure that, people get nervous and upset sometimes when they don't hear from an attorney. So I kind of I'm like the liaison, the advocate in between. Really, it's the relationship. So to help the client, which could be a friend or a person that has a problem in the community, with the attorney. So I always say I'm behind the scenes if they need them. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a licensed attorney based. I'm a retired police officer helping people. But I can be a liaison between the attorney and the client to make sure that communication and that their goals are being met. And a lot of times attorneys are busy, so they forget about the clients sometimes because they have a lot of clients. So sometimes having me in the middle and the legal network and the problem solver working together basically, I think, helps any type of case or problem resolve a little bit more smoother.
Yeah, true.
But again, we're looking for the best attorneys. We look at reviews, we look at ratings. We go onto a website called avvo.com, avvo.com. But we basically look for reputation. We look to see if there's any type of bar complaints against an attorney. I'll meet with the attorney, I'll interview the attorney. Some attorneys do know about the network and they say, how does it work? So again, we have attorneys in the network that are literally doing things for free. I commend any of the lawyers that want to help. And some lawyers, right, they do charge where it's contingency at the end. Some will reduce their fee because basically they know that we're referring them. We basically want to show that we're helping with referring people that are good people that need help, and maybe they need more financial help because of a situation, because they got into a car accident or they're injured and they need more financial help. We'll ask the attorney maybe to make less money on the case by helping them, right? So they'll get more business in the long run because they'll get positive reviews and positive recommendations. So we ask for for more help with anyone that we refer to them.
Yeah, just like you mentioned, it can be contingent. But for example, the lawyer said, oh, they have to give a down payment, but can you switch that to a contingent instead of
Absolutely, and a lot of times they'll say, like, this person has no money, could you help them out, or do like a hybrid, or do a contingency, because I'll ask you, what's your financial situation to afford a private attorney? And with that information, basically, I'll share that with the attorney and say, look, can you work with them? Or I know them. A lot of people call me their friends or people that I know that I've, over years that I've helped. And I've been working in actually law firms, just a little bit of an update. It's been about 9 years actually now to date where I'm working in law firms helping people. So a lot of people do know me as a retired police officer that they can call me. And when's the last time you had a retired police officer that you literally can call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to basically just get a little bit of advice and suggestions? Again, I don't specifically say legal advice because I'm not an attorney, but I'm giving you some advice about what? Calling an attorney or calling the
Yeah.
police, or calling Crime Stoppers, or calling 311. Right? I'm giving you my
Yeah.
expertise,
Yes.
which is just when I was a police officer. I wasn't a lawyer, but I was basically helping solve problems and referring people to the right place
Plus-
in order to resolve their issue.
Yeah, plus you coordinate everything
Exactly.
for them. Yeah, so with regards, I know you already mentioned some of the examples, but would you like to specifically provide examples on how you have successfully connected seniors with legal aid that significantly impacted their situations?
I think the biggest issue over the last few years with seniors as well, because of COVID and the evictions, people didn't have money, they didn't have food, right? Working with various different resources like United Way. Anyone right now, a lot of people viewers may not know, but if you call 211 on your phone, it could be on a cell phone or landline, you call 211, goes to United Way, and you can say, look, I have no money for food. They will tell you they'll look up where you live, and they'll basically say where to go. On Sunday, this missionary is giving food. Or I've had people where they don't have any diapers, they don't have any money for diapers, they lost their job. So they'll say, hey, go to Catholic Charities, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 5 to 9. So there's tons of resources out there people just don't know. The one number again is 211, which is United Way. Anyone can call. There's no cost for it. A lot of different religious organizations, temples, churches, synagogues, mosques, all have different programs. They all have community outreach programs, whether they're giving out food, they're giving out clothing, things like that. So there's a lot of programs. So there is one source, like again, the number is 211 United Way. Years ago when I first came out here, 21 years ago when I was a police officer in Anderson, we used to have like a little community resource card that we would give to people. But with technology, times have changed, right? There's an app, there's a QR code, there's a phone number you can call. And so again, 211 is great, United Way, tons of resources. If you need mental therapy, mental health, self-improvement, all these things, you can call 211 to get that. Or you can call, like myself, the problem solver. And sometimes I will do a three-way call with the person, and I'll call United Way, and I'll say, hey, I'm Dave Kolmeier, I'm the problem solver, retired police officer. The person's looking for employment, looking for a job. So from there, basically, I try to connect them and to help people. I also have tons of resources of other people. I have thousands of business cards of people that I've met over the last 21 years, and they all offer different resources. There's something that's called the African Community Center, and they help all kinds of people that come from other countries that come here where they need a job, they need an apartment, they need different programs to get started. So I have tons of resources to help people. They just need to know to call the problem solver or United Way, which is, again, 211, to get help. So various people, various seniors, and again, a lot of scams. People call, they ask for information. And a lot of people, one of the big things these days is that they'll call seniors to say, you know, Maria, I'm Officer Johnson. I'm with the Las Vegas Marshals. And we understand that you had some old traffic ticket and it's $583, and we need to take care of it today on the phone right now. Otherwise, we're going to come out to arrest you. So what do most people think? Oh my God, and they sound really strong on the phone, like, oh my God, I'm going to go to jail. They'll say, well, we're going to stay on the phone with you right now, but do you have a credit card? They go, no. I want you to go down to 7-Eleven. We'll stay on the phone with you. We want you to go get a green dot card, which is a certain type of, financial institution card. We want you to load $500 on the card, and we want you to give us the numbers, stay on the phone line with us, give us the numbers, and then once that's done, we will lift the warrant for your arrest off so we don't need to come arrest you. We will stay on the phone. Please leave now. So if you have a very strong person on the other line and you're a senior, you're going to be scared, right?
Yeah.
And these guys, like almost like an actor, they are very, very good at what they do. So the truth of the matter is, you could say, what's your phone number? I'll give you a call right back. And you never have to open up the door to anybody. You can call the police to verify the phone number, the agency. You could always call the police. Most people just don't call the police. Maybe they're afraid. Maybe they saw something on TV. I know that the image of a police officer has changed, which is very, very sad to the badge and to the officers that are out there helping people. But the police are there to help people. 99.9% of the officers take the job to help people. To wear that badge is very, very important to them. It's a piece of metal.
Oh, yeah.
But it means a lot to them. It's on their heart. It means a lot to basically to give back and to help people and to provide justice and to provide protection against evil. Could you imagine if there was no police officers that were out there in the society? It's bad enough what takes place now. Imagine what the world would be like if there was no police officers.
Sure.
Sad to say there's less police officers now, and crime, I do believe, is a little bit on a rise. We need the police out there, but people need to interact with the police, call the police, and be involved with the police in order to basically prevent themselves from being a victim of a crime, and also to partner with the police in order to make it a safer community for everybody.
That's good. So David, when it comes to preventive measures, what proactive steps do you recommend to seniors to minimize or avoid legal problems before they arise?
You know, the one thing I want to step back a little bit, which I think is important, I think that a lot of seniors don't have as many legal issues, but I think it's more about, a little bit more about crime prevention these days, because I don't want them to be more of a victim. So of course, like domestic battery is domestic battery and DUI are very common, even up in when I worked in Sun City or any senior communities. We have to be careful about drinking and driving. A lot of the casinos, a lot of places are giving free alcohol if you're gaming.
Yes.
So we need to be careful about that process. We need to be, these days, Uber and Lyft is great, right? You can get in a car and for $16, you can basically go home and pick up your car the next day. It's not that expensive, where I think back in the day, a cab could be $75, right?
Yeah.
More reasonable to leave your car there, come back another day. And I'm sure even at the casinos, some of the casinos probably would even give you a ride home. You know, they would probably
that's
call
good.
it Uber Lyft to take you home so you don't get into an accident. So please be very careful in regards to drinking and driving. A lot of seniors have more time, they're gaming, they're at the different casinos. We need to be careful about that. The second thing is domestic battery. If we're getting into an argument, we're married, we're engaged, we're partners, we're roommates, we cannot get into a fight. We can't get overheated. Some people are on medicine, some people suffer from mental health, some people lost their job. Every day is different. We're blessed to wake up every single day and to be breathing. But if we're about to fight and go verbal or hands-on, we need to remove ourselves from the situations, calm down, maybe take a walk, maybe go somewhere, go to the mall, go somewhere.
Yeah.
But you want to avoid basically getting into a fight. And again, just the simple water being thrown, or if I spit at you because I'm upset with you, of course, that behavior is unacceptable. But the bottom line is, if it does happen, you can get arrested for domestic battery. You can go to jail for up to 6 months. There's a fine as well.
Oh.
So we need to be careful. Domestic battery and DUI are the top two that I would say maybe in the senior community. But in regards to crime prevention, one of the big concerns is, we said scams, but I will share with you burglaries when people are gone, when they're out for breakfast or lunch or dinner, that it's very common for thieves to basically look at a home and it looks like they're not home, car's not on the front driveway, and they normally will go to the back of the home and break the rear sliding glass door in order to make entry. They won't really, most times they won't kick the front door down, but there's a lot of things to prevent your home from basically being broken into. One of my recommendations I always tell people is that you should make your home a little bit more of a fortress, right? Because a lot of people say, oh, I got a camera, right? We got cameras all over the place. But if I'm wearing a hoodie and you can't see my face and I'm wearing gloves, you got video of me going into your home, but you didn't catch the bad guy. The bad guy's gone. So I rather extra nails, extra lighting, vegetation around the homes, extra locks, a dog, you know, a make-believe dog, you know, with the sounds.
Oh, yeah.
More prevention. Cameras are great, but if the guy is wearing, or girl is wearing a hooded sweatshirt and you don't see him, what does it make a difference if you have a video, right? Maybe you, and most cameras won't really spot a license plate number. And if I was going to burglarize your home, most likely my license plate would not be the right license plate. It'd be a stolen license plate, right? So we need to, everyone spends all this money on cameras. We need to spend money on the home. We need to basically make the home more of a fortress in many different ways. We need to keep lighting on at nighttime. The whole home should have lights on all night, because they say that burglars and criminals are like cockroaches. When you turn the lights on, the cockroaches run. But if you have the lights on the whole time, cockroaches normally wouldn't come into that lit area because they're afraid of being caught. Even animals, even cockroaches, right?
Yeah.
They don't want to go into a well-lit area. Maybe if there's food there. But if it's a well-lit area, they're not going to go to that area because they know it's a bright light, right? Or heat. So I recommend the entire home have lights on all nighttime. Motion sensors were back in the day, the motion sensor lights, right? You come up to the property, motion sensor light would go on. But that was when bulbs were expensive, when electricity. Now you have LED, you have solar connected to the light bulb. So these things are necessary around your whole home to prevent someone from coming to the home, right? Because if I go down the block and there's 10 homes, and all the homes are dark, but one home is well lit, one, I'm thinking psychologically, someone's inside that home, I don't want to victimize that home because I'm going to get caught, someone's there. But this home is dark and it's easy to jump in, break the glass window in the back, and basically make entry to steal. So one of the things I urge all seniors is, you want to spend any money, make it to prevent your home harder. Harden your home so people can't break in. One last thing I'm going to share with you in regards to the burglary. Let's just say this was a glass window. They sell something called security laminate film. Security laminate film is like a tint on a car, but you can get it clear or you can get it tinted. And what it is if I take a rock or a bat and I try to break the window, it can break and crack, but it won't basically break the whole window. It won't, like, the whole window won't come flying down. It stays the glass like it's Scotch tape, right? So it won't break, and basically it's harder for someone to break into the home. So you really need security laminate film on the windows, especially the rear where people are more likely to break in. You need the security laminate film on the windows. It does cost a little bit of money in regards to the thickness of the film, but it's security laminate to prevent someone from breaking it to gain entry. It's very important. If you have money, you spend the money on the whole home. And then again, also, if there's a lock on the door, if I want to kick the door in, on the strike plate, you can actually add long screws. They're called 3-inch screws or longer. And basically, you do that in order to prevent someone from kicking the door in. So glass, screws, prevent your home from being burglarized in the future. I think that's the biggest tip I can give everybody.
Listen to that, seniors, and I hope you benefit from that. So it's gonna be tinted glass, security
laminate film, or like tint, you know.
Yeah, and there's somebody who installs that, or
there's a lot of companies that do that. They're like the tint companies. You can Google them. You can look them up. Look up the reviews. There's different thicknesses. It costs a little bit of extra money. It actually can prevent up to a 9mm bullet from going into someone's home as well.
Wow. So for my last question, David, future directions. So looking ahead, are there new areas of legal services or support you plan to develop for seniors?
You know, we're always constantly trying to work with seniors in the community because even my parents, they're getting a little bit older as well as seniors. The biggest thing I think is really advocating to the public that they can call the Problem Solver, they can call Las Vegas Legal Network. There are numbers to call, right? So at this point in time, we have United Way, which is 211 for resources. We have the Problem Solver, which is 702-999-1111. And then we have the Las Vegas Legal Network, which is 1-844-LAWYERS. And the goal always is really not to cost any type of money to give ideas and suggestions and prevention. If it does cost money because someone was arrested, a lot of criminal defense attorneys will charge some money in regards to representing you. But on a whole, programs of giving things out. We have, if you've been in a car accident, you've been injured and you need a wheelchair, we've been giving out, the Las Vegas Legal Network's been giving out wheelchairs. So we are trying to always do more. Right now we have an influx of a lot of car accident victims, people that have been involved in a car accident and they're injured and they need help. They don't know what doctors to go to. They don't know, do I need a lawyer? Do I not need a lawyer? Do I go to a chiropractor? Do I use my insurance, right? So this is more of the legal advice that a lawyer would give. And some lawyers will take those cases and they'll work them. And some lawyers don't. Some lawyers don't do personal injury or slip and fall cases. They're not an expert with it.
They're not specialized.
So my goal is to maybe refer them to 2-3 different attorneys and say, look, see which attorney that you like. See which one you feel comfortable with. I always like when people meet somebody, I don't really like Zoom or, you know, a FaceTime, like meet them in person, get a feeling. If you like them, and you go with them, right? So I normally send about 3-4 referrals to people and see if they like them in general. And then, but we're always trying to expand, but the car accident victims, there's been a lot more DUI deaths and people being injured. So we are trying to basically help more in regards to car accident victims these days because it's on the rise. And I know even the sheriff in this town, his thought process was to add more the traffic cameras where they would, if you were speeding, you would actually get a ticket, which in other states is legal. But in this state, there are no traffic cameras like the red light cameras. If you went through a red light, then basically you would get a ticket in the mail. Actually, some people believe that these red light cameras would actually cause more injury because if you knew there's a red light camera, you may want to speed through the red light to get to the other side because you think you're going to get, you know, a ticket. So I haven't recently seen the studies, but I know the sheriff is going towards that. I'm not really sure if that's the best bet, but I will share a very, very important tip. In order to prevent any seniors out there, this can save your life. It's a big tip. Is that if you're driving your car, imagine that we're driving together, and basically I am at a red light, and I am the first car. What I normally tell people is when that light turns green, I would always say, I would want you to count 7 seconds. Before you press on that gas, you count to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now at 3 or 4, the guy behind you is already beeping the horn, right? He wants you to go at 4 seconds. But you wait 5, 6, 7. And as long as it's clear, then you drive. Because the other guy is going through the red light, right? They're like, I'm gonna go, I'm rushing, I'm late to work, I got my kids. If he comes through, right, and I'm the first car waiting, probably at 3 seconds, you're gonna see the car. At 5 seconds, maybe if I'm on the first number 1 lane, then basically he's gone at 5 seconds, and maybe at 7 seconds he passed the third or the fourth lane. So at 7 seconds, pretty much is good. At 7, you still have to look, right? You don't just count 7 and just go. But at 7 seconds, you look, and then you can go. But I guarantee that if someone is in the first row of a red light, and you do this every single time, don't worry about the guy beeping. You don't know that guy. Don't be pressured by his horn. You count to 7 seconds before you go, because so many people are going through red lights and people are getting killed.
Yeah.
And what more can you do than just wait?
Wait, yes.
Remember, if you're the
True.
second car, it's different, because by the time that car goes, the first car is going to get into an accident. The second row is probably okay. So 7-second rule from the problem solver is extremely important to prevent bodily injury and death, because all around town, people are going through red lights.
True.
And I don't know if the red light camera is the way of preventing it from the sheriff, which I like very much. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But I will say 7 seconds will save your life.
Oh, yeah, so that's your tip for them. Plus those, can we do a recap of those numbers that they can call, the
Yeah,
311? And
Absolutely. So let's recap. 911 is an emergency number, basically called the police or an ambulance or the fire department. 311 is a non-emergency number, which again goes to the same place. Police, fire, ambulance, but basically you're going to be on hold a little bit. They're going to answer 311 when they have the opportunity, when they get off the phone with the 911.
Okay.
And remember that wherever you are, if you're in North Las Vegas, you're going to call the North Las Vegas police, or if you're in Las Vegas, right, they're going to call the Las Vegas. Whatever number you call, it directs them. Sometimes,
or whichever is closer to.
whatever's closer. But what happens is sometimes when you give your address, they may say, hold on 1 second, I'm going to transfer you to Henderson Police because you're on the border. Maybe you're like, because sometimes on the border, you may get Las Vegas, but really it's Henderson. So sometimes you may have to wait a second until they transfer you over, or they'll take some information, they'll transfer the call and give some information to the other dispatch. Remember, we have 3 separate cities here, right?
Yes.
We have the city of Henderson, the city of Las Vegas, the city of North Las Vegas. That means separate police, separate dispatch, separate fire, separate ambulance, and then also we have separate chiefs, chief of police, and we also have separate fire departments as well. So most people don't even know that. You know, when I first came here, I thought Henderson was like saying Summerlin, right? Most people just don't understand. Is it a master plan committee, or is it actually, is it a city?
And
You know,
also
people get
different
confused.
mayors.
Different mayors.
Yes.
So, so 911, 311. Then we have 211, which is United Way, basically resources. You need food, clothing, you don't have any money, bus pass,
311.
Catholic charities, you lost your driver's license, helping homeless, different places giving food to people. Again, that's 211. And then the problem solver number, which is 702-999-1111. Again, 702-999-1111. And
It's
then we
easy.
have easy number, right?
Yeah, 999 and quadruple ones.
999, quadruple ones.
Ones.
And then we have toll-free number, which is nationwide, 1-844-LAWYERS. Again, that's 1-844-LAWYERS, LAWYERS. And then basically from your phone, all kind of old school, you figure it out. And then from there, if you need a lawyer, they'll say what type of legal issue, and then refer you to a bunch of attorneys, and then you get to decide basically what attorney you want to deal with. It's totally up to them, and it doesn't cost any money to call in the numbers. And then basically, you know, the goal is really to give back and to help people and to make society better, especially in Clark County.
Awesome. So thank you, David, for joining us today and sharing your insightful journey from the police force to the forefront of legal advocacy. It's clear that your unique blend of experiences that created a powerful foundation for serving those in need of legal assistance. Well, to our viewers, we hope you found today's conversation as enlightening as we were. Thanks, David.
Thank you so much for having me, and I hope if anyone needs any help, please reach out to me.
Oh yeah, of course. You have his number, 999-1111.
Thank you.
The problem solver.
Thank you so much.
One word to describe the Humana Neighborhood Center is home.
It's a safe place where people can come, learn some things, be with people their age, feel welcomed, and not only that, but just being around people that are having fun.
I think members come to the center first and foremost to have fun. I wish I was a member. This place makes members feel that they're being listened to.
The Humana Neighborhood Center provides to the people who come here with a feeling of welcome, definitely provides a place where they can find other people who relate to them.
It's a continuous relationship that grows. As we grow, they grow.
One of the best approaches or the best things that we do is human care. Human care is looking at you not just for your condition, but you as a person, you as a family member, you as a friend. It's looking at a whole person and all of their needs, socially, physically, mentally.
They chose the right people for this center because they exude interest in you and getting you to be interested in yourself.
Without the people, without the greeting, without the love, without the kindness, it won't mean anything. It's just a building.
My favorite part of working at Humana is just making sure that I leave feeling like I changed someone's life.
Knowing that they walk away happy is my favorite part.
I work here because I wanted to help people, and I felt like this was the biggest impact I could make. This place feels like home.
It's home.
Feels like home.
Here, let's do it.
Humanicare is human care.
As we age, mental health remains a crucial aspect of overall well-being. Yet, it often doesn't receive the attention it deserves. Today, we're going to explore why mental health matters for seniors, the common challenges they face, and the resources available to support emotional and psychological health, whether you are a senior yourself or caring for an older loved one. Understanding the nuances of senior mental health can greatly enhance quality of life. Well, please watch this video.
Mental health is a vital aspect of overall well-being. Depression, anxiety, and dementia are common mental health conditions affecting older adults. Early diagnosis and treatment are crucial for managing mental health conditions effectively. Social connections, physical activity, and cognitive stimulation promote emotional well-being. Caregivers play a crucial role in supporting the mental health of older adults. Resources and support services are available for older adults and caregivers. Ongoing research offers hope for better understanding and treatment. Addressing mental health challenges requires collaboration from all stakeholders. By prioritizing mental health, older adults can embrace well-being and live fulfilling lives.
Are you a resident of Nevada? Discover the comprehensive benefits of Nevada Health Link's health insurance plans. Get health insurance through NevadaHealthLink.com, which offers financial protection, access to quality care, preventive services, improved health outcomes, and peace of mind. With your coverage through Nevada Health Link, you can enjoy economic stability, health improvement, and the assurance of a secure future. Open enrollment is from November 1st to January 15th. Don't miss out on the opportunity to secure your federally subsidized health insurance coverage. Call Maria Garcia at 310-926-4229 to learn more about Nevada Health Link health insurance and take the first step towards a healthier and worry-free life. Take the first step towards a healthier and worry-free life by enrolling in a health insurance plan through Nevada Health Link. Call a licensed broker, Maria Garcia at 310-926-4229.
Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Maria Cares Senior Info Guide. A heartfelt thanks to our guest, David Kolmeier, whose journey from law enforcement to legal advocacy for those with injuries and other challenges is both inspiring and enlightening. Well, in our Medicare segment, we delved into how Medicare benefits can extend to spouses, providing crucial insights for couples planning their healthcare future. Well, I hope you now have a clear understanding of how Medicare eligibility can extend to spouses, the importance of meeting certain conditions, and what steps to take when applying for Medicare. Remember, every situation is unique, so it's important to consult directly with Medicare or a healthcare advisor to get advice tailored to your specific circumstances. Well, for more insightful guides and health coverage tips, stay tuned to our channel. stay informed, and take control of your health with confidence. So we also touch on the importance of mental health through my special video on mental health assessments, emphasizing the need for awareness and support in maintaining emotional well-beings as we age. Well, I would like to send my love, hugs, and kisses to all my clients and viewers. Your health and well-being is the reason why we do what we do. If you have any questions about today's topics, please don't hesitate to give me a call at 310-926-4229. That's my personal number. Again, it's 310-926-4229. Well, stay informed, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next episode of Maria Cares Senior Info Guide. Let's join hands for better health.